show. We've got a good one for you today. It's April. It's a new month here on the calendar. And we're going to be talking about some of the NFT projects that you should be watching in April. Some that are currently minting and some that mint later on this month. I've got 5 projects that I found that we're going to be diving into, looking at them and providing, some education and opinions to get everyone excited about this month. We'll also be talking about the top NFT projects of last week and some top news and headlines. You definitely want to stay tuned the whole episode today. I even heard that we are going to be giving away an NFT later on in the episode from one of those very April projects themselves. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. This is the Roadmap. All right, what's up, everyone? Another exciting episode of the Roadmap. And as I said, we've got a great one today. We're going to be talking about news and headlines and also looking at 5 projects in April. We'll also be breaking down. We have a final 4 set for the NFT Bracket Challenge brought to you by Benzinga, where you can vote for your favorite NFT collection and community. We are down to 4. Brian, Alyssa, and I will be voting on our favorites today and taking a look at how those 4 got there. This chat is already so lively. Before I address our viewers and listeners today, I do want to give a shout out to our sponsor. Today's show is sponsored by FTX US, one of the largest cryptocurrency exchanges in the world in terms of trading volume and daily users. The FTX app is used by over 6 million people to buy crypto and NFTs with no transaction or withdrawal fees. You can use your phone or computer. And the FTX US trading platform offers NFT trading on both the Ethereum and Solana blockchains with no gas fees. To find out more, click on the link in the description below and also pinned to the chat. So if you do not have an FTX account yet, make sure to give them a shout. Let them know Benzinga sent you. And if you are so inclined, sign up for an account. Again, a big shout out and thank you to FTX for sponsoring today's episode. As you can see, those comments now appearing live on screen. And speaking of appearing live on screen, I think it's time to go ahead and bring on my co-host, Benzinga's own Brian Moir. Brian, what's going on, buddy?
I'm here.
We're here. It's Tuesday, Brian. We got a good one. And this chat is already kicking. I'm seeing a lot of howling in the chat, which I think is related to one of those April projects that we're going to be talking about, Star Wolves. And I also heard a rumor that we will be giving away a Star Wolf later on. I don't know if that rumor is true, but you definitely want to stay tuned because we will be doing a question later to pick a winner. And speaking of winners, there we go. We got Vinny howling too. He could be a Star Wolf. There we go.
He is a Star Wolf.
So I did see a comment earlier from Patrick in the chat. He had a question about, did we do an Ethereum giveaway winner? So for anyone who tuned in to last week's episodes, including that interview with Cool Cat's co-founder, Evan, we announced that Benzinga would be doing a $1,000 Ethereum giveaway to one user. We did that contest where you could, click on some links. You could share the video and also enter a secret code word. We have picked a winner. That winner will be getting an email and notified so we can get the details of the wallet to make that transfer. But if you are out there listening or watching this video, the winner of the $1,000 in Ethereum was Jonathan Ng. So shout out to Jonathan Ng for winning $1,000 in Ethereum for just simply listening and watching
being a
Benzinga's NFT show, The Roadmap, right? I mean, pretty easy. $1,000 in Ethereum. So I don't know what you're going to buy with the $1,000.
Star Wolf.
Star Wolves. I mean, we'll be talking about some projects later on that you can definitely spend that $1,000 on. So shout out to Jonathan. And again, we will be contacting you by email to get the rest of that information. And we're hoping to do more contests in the future. So stay tuned. And of course, we do have that giveaway coming up.
You're watching, Jonathan.
Later on. Yeah, Jonathan, if you're watching, let us know in the chat as well. All right, Brian, let's dive into news and headlines because we have such a big show today. We got news, headlines, Final Four, and 5 projects to watch in April. That sounds like at least an hour's worth of content to me. Go ahead and smash that like, everyone. Subscribe to Benzinga's YouTube channel, and we will get started here. Brian, let's take a look at the top 10 NFTs by sales volume last week. This data comes from CryptoSlam, which counts Ethereum and also other blockchain NFTs. Number 1 for last week was Azuki. Azuki is still, just killing it, right? With some of these big sales, up 106.5%. Then we had World of Women Galaxy, 53 million, up 133%. Of course, it had its mint recently, followed by Bored Ape Yacht Club. Then we had what's called Something, which was actually an airdrop done to Azuki holders. More on that in a minute, followed by Imposters, Genesis, Mutant Ape Yacht Club, Kawami, Arcade Land, Clone X, and Krabata. So on the top 10 list, we had 3 newcomers. World of Women Galaxy, of course, pretty new. And all of the projects were up, Brian, with the exception of Bored Ape Yacht Club and Mutant Ape Yacht Club, which, of course, had a big week prior. And Krabata, 10th place, and Avalanche blockchain play-to-earn game just continues to kind of go up and down in that 9 to 11 spot and make the top 10. What do you make of the top 10 there?
It kind of makes sense. The World of Women Galaxy. Yeah, I definitely can see that. I'm actually very happy it is because we were talking about that not even 2 or 3 weeks ago. I always think Krabata reminds me of the like a ciabatta sandwich, or is that the kind of bread?
That's the kind of bread, yeah.
Yeah, one of those. I still haven't played it yet, but it's amazingly popular. So yeah, I want to dive into it one day.
Me too, and I keep waiting for it to like drop off and like go away, but it won't, Brian, which makes me think, hey, I got to get into this, right? Is this, the next Axi? Is this better than Axi? A play-to-earn game, which I, of course, am a big fan of play-to-earn games, hence why we're definitely going to be talking about games later on in the show. But, Brian, further down, first, the top 10, so Something, which is listed as Bean's Official on OpenSea, was an airdrop sent to Azuki holders, and it was unveiled on April 1st. And it kind of looked like just a big pile of dirt, right? So some people thought it was an April Fool's joke. Others were patient and they held on to it instead of selling. And look at that now, a floor price of 5.15 ETH, Brian, for a pile of dirt.
What if you sold and you thought
now you have a bean there? Would you be selling or would you be holding based on what Azuki has delivered and how high it has gone up so far?
Oh, I would absolutely hold something like this.
Yeah, I think there's plenty more to come. And I mean, I think Azuki has really taken people by surprise, but I think a lot of people kind of expected this to be a popular project. And again, already doing an airdrop fairly early in the project and a floor price of 5.15. Definitely exciting times for them. Imposters, Genesis, Kawami, and Arcade Land were all new to the top 10. Also, we saw Solana Monkey Business rank 20th. That's the highest I've seen that one rank in a while. Of course, there was news that Solana projects are going to be added to OpenSea in the month of April, and that is considered the OG there. So, Brian, I mean, looking back, that episode we had Solana Legend on, If anyone was out there and they bought a monkey, they would be up quite a bit right now, both in the price of the monkey and also the value of Solana has rocketed higher too. So that's a project to keep an eye on. The other big surprise for me, Axi Infinity. Brian, this used to top the list. We've seen it in the top 10 quite a bit. Do you want to know what place Axi Infinity was in last week?
Ooh, yeah, spit it.
30th place.
What?
Sales volume down 41.7%. We did have the Ronin hack, of course, right? So do you think a lot of people were scared to buy and sell Axis and interact? Yeah. Look at how quick that can fall. So, Brian, I write about the top 10 every week, and that will be one of the key items I'm watching this week is, can Axie rebound and go back up, or has that really dented the project going further? Because I think that's a key item to watch here for Axie Infinity. Again, one of the top sales projects of all time. Brian, not in the top 10 last week, but I have a feeling it could crack this week's list. Pudgy Penguins, a name that was popular in 2021 and kind of went away. They actually ousted their leadership team in a vote earlier this year. It is now official that Pudgy Penguins has sold the rights to a group led by Los Angeles entrepreneur Luca Netz. The sales price was 750 Ethereum. That's $2.5 million. That sales. Huge price tag here. Pudgy Penguins, remember, were minted out at 0.03 Ethereum last year.
You remember the Pudgies, the Penguins?
Yeah, 8,888 Penguins. Now, the founding team made a bunch of promises, right? A game, a token, books, and they didn't really deliver on it, which led to the community, kind of wanting a change here, right? And they kind of put themselves up for sale. And Netz, who he said a Pudgy Penguin was the first NFT he ever purchased for 0.1. He was among the bidders on the project, and he waited to unveil this until April 2nd, because making an announcement on April 1st about buying an NFT collection is probably not the smartest idea, right? April Fools.
Yeah, we see Azuki.
Yeah. We had Moose on a couple weeks ago, right? And Moose is getting a ton of attention again because he is one of the most well-known Pudgy Penguin holders out there, because in a Twitter Spaces, he made, of course, the statement, "I am my penguin and my penguin is me," which became a rallying cry for the community. So shout out to Moose. It's been a big week for Pudgy Penguins. What is that floor? That floor price is back over 3. I mean, Brian, this was trading under 1 Ethereum a couple weeks ago. And then when the sales rumors picked up, it started running. I guess the question is, what do you think now of the new leadership team taking over? And let me go a step further by saying they've already been announced that they are a launch partner for Coinbase, and that Pudgy Penguins tweeted out, "If penguins can't fly, how can we get high enough in the air to drop things, asking for a friend?" What do you think about Pudgy Penguins here in the future?
Rocket to the moon. So I think that this is one of those projects that if they were to not have had their we'll just say nonsense happen in the beginning, they'd be up there with the apes right now. I mean, they'd be up there with Doodles, everything else. But I mean, again, the floor price as it stands currently, that's still respectable. This new leadership that they have, I think that they can turn around. I think that we have a lot of things that we have to look forward to with this project. I think that, that we can see some potential out of here. I think there's going to be a lot of cool things that's about to happen with Pudgy Penguins. And I think we've said it before on the show. I think I said it maybe 2 or 3 episodes ago, but how Gary Vee explained it, it's not really about the art or whatever. It's about what the team and what the project can provide. It's all about branding. It's all about what is to be expected and what they can offer. So I see a lot of potential for this one now with the new leadership and, some new oversight. I think we're good. see some cool things.
Yeah, I mean, I think definitely, right? It just needed a change of pace again. Brian, when we look at all these different teams, these roadmaps, I mean, a lot of them promise so many things. And what happens is over time, if you don't deliver on those promises, people get upset, right? And they either
Yeah,
get
people die
upset
off.
and ask for changes or they leave, right?
Yep.
And Pudgy Penguins, I think, showed that a lot of people stuck with the project, right? They stayed in the Discord. Even though it was kind of toxic, they stuck around. They held on to their penguins. Some people wrapped their penguins, meaning they weren't going to sell them to give royalties back to the founders. And now we have this sale, which I think is a huge win. And I'm excited to see what happens with penguins. I wish I would have gotten in when these rumors started, because I really think that this was a long time coming and we all kind of expected that big jump to happen. Moving right along, Brian, I grew up watching NBA games and being as old as I am, of course, in the 90s, we had a dynasty that was the Chicago Bulls. And also being from Michigan. Yeah, I know. Get out of here. Before that, though, we had the Detroit Pistons Bad Boys that won a couple NBA titles. Well, what do those two teams have in common? His name is Dennis Rodman, one of the greatest rebounders in the NBA of all time. Well, guess what, Brian?
Korean guy.
Dennis Rodman, yeah, now he's a peacekeeper. He is dropping a NFT collection, and I know what you're thinking. What could Dennis Rodman drop as an NFT collection,
Dresses.
right? They can't be Bulls. Dresses. There's a good guess. Let's go ahead. Let's take a look at the images here in a sec. There they are, Brian. Hair. It's hair color.
I'm all about it.
Dennis Rodman, well known for his unique hairstyles on and off the court. So these are launching on April 11th on OpenSea at a price point of around $175. The collection will feature a total of 5,000 to 7,000 NFTs. This is called Rodman's Barbershop. And to get more information, you have to join the Discord or follow on social media, and they will let you know when it's going to launch. Rodman has dove into the NFT space. He does own some Crypto Moris, Swampverse, My Pet Hooligan, and Robotos. He doesn't have the same, massive NFT appeal as Shaquille O'Neal, who's been very, very active in the space. But
Jack Diesel.
I like the price point, at least on these, Brian, right? $175 is the estimated price. I think it's interesting. Again, not financial advice, and I know this one will probably get
fun to watch.
A ton of hate, but yeah, it's gonna be fun to watch, and I'm excited to see if there is any utility, right? What will holders get, or is this just going to be a art and PFP? I'm already
seeing like a money grab kind of thing.
I'm already seeing the comments roll in. It looks like a lot of people, but I will say,
yeah, I mean,
that we are trying to get Dennis Rodman on the show. If we can, I mean, that would be sweet, right? And then we can hear from him on what the utility is behind this collection. And maybe we can do some giveaways as well.
He's got enough. He's got enough clout, money, and everything to make this a really cool project. I mean, you can't really, I guess, take out the fact that he's got enough business sense and everything like that to actually hire a good team to actually make something happen with this. So, like I said, it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. I'm very excited. Hopefully we can get him on to talk about it, but this will be one of those that what was the other one that we were just talking about with the basketball players' children was it Michael Jordan's children?
Yep. So Michael Jordan's kids did the airdrop, HEIR on FTX. So yeah, I mean, you're seeing more and more athletes get involved in the space. But yeah, I'm seeing, guys, the comments, keep them coming. Again, not financial advice. We'd love to hear everyone's opinion here. All right. Well, the next topic, Brian, I saw a Twitter Spaces last night. And the reason I saw it was, it popped up at the top of my Twitter, right? But because people were listening. But the reason I was drawn in was because of the title of the Twitter Spaces. And it was exclusive semicolon Cool Cats acquisition. And I was like, wait a sec. We just talked to Cool Cats last week. What does this mean? Are they acquiring someone or did they get acquired? So I click on it, and it was a rumor started by some bigger NFT names. I don't know if I want to name drop here. Maybe Nick. But it was a rumor that Yuga Labs was acquiring Cool Cats. And there were a couple sources for the rumor, but those sources were a big question mark. And Brian, I was so turned off by this Twitter Spaces because it just seemed like kind of a push to get these Cool Cats to move and get some sales volume. I don't see Yuga Labs acquiring Cool Cats right now. Maybe in the future, but I feel like Yuga Labs has their hands full. I mean, they acquired the rights to CryptoPunks, Meebits. They launched ApeCoin. They have other side coming. There it is. We have two sources on this story. It's not 100%, but we have some potentially massive news. I don't like to publicly shame anyone, Brian, but this is some shit right here. And yeah. And then we got Klon right away tweeted last night, right, that I am not selling my cat. So I just, Brian, what do you make of this, right? You do Twitter Spaces. You always try to have a good title. You always try to get people to listen. But is this going too far?
Yeah, that's a viewer grab. That's like, hey, everybody, come on and watch me. I need those viewers and follows. Yeah, that's, as you said, it's kind of shitty.
Yeah, I mean, again, to each their own. I don't want to talk too much about this though, because it's not worth it. But
we
also,
we
have some big news. We do have a Vaynersports NFT launch happening today. There aren't a ton of details.
Yeah, that's true.
It is going to be a sort of stealth launch, but now everyone knows about it. But the fact that there's no time attached, there is a stealth element to it. So there is AJ Vaynerchuk saying the cat is out of the bag, and this drop isn't gonna be very stealthy. I have a full workload. I am a full-time employee here at Benzinga, but I'm going to be trying to watch in the background to see when this happens because I'm a big fan of Gary V, Vaynersports, Vayner NFT, and I'd love to get my hands on this, but I'm a little scared that it's going to happen when I am busy or not paying close enough attention.
Of course it will. That's how it always works.
But shout out to all our listeners and viewers to make sure that this is on your radar and keep an eye on it. And if you want to, send me a DM or let me know on Twitter when it's happening, that'd be great too. But anyways, that is a drop happening. And then I do want to give a quick update. We talked about Wonder Pals on an episode, and I, of course, showed off my rare Wonder Pal. It was ranked in the top 40. There it is. I have an update, Brian. It may still be your favorite, but it is no longer mine. I have sold
not my
it.
favorite anymore.
I did make a good sale on this, and I will be looking to buy a different Wonder Pal, probably closer to the floor. And this helped me get liquid to get into some other projects. So it's the luck of the draw, right, to get a rare one and be able to sell it. And, a lot of times having a rare one doesn't necessarily bring you added benefits. So I was a firm believer here in selling the rare one to get a cheaper one and being able to get my hands into more projects. That's my thought process really here. Point.
I mean,
let me know in the chat. Am I wrong here? Should I have held it, or should I be getting my hands in some other projects? Let me know.
That's something I don't think a lot of people actually think about. You know what? That's something we need to kind of bring up real quick. So just because you have a rare one doesn't mean you get any extra benefits than having a floor price one. If you're in the NFT space to, like, let's say, make money, nothing's financial advice. We do not give financial advice whatsoever. But if you're in this to, like, make money and make a profit, you might as well flip that rare one, get some of that ROI back, and then buy a couple floor price ones so you can like sell in, sell out, but you still you get all the benefits as someone that has the rarest one of one trait. You still have it even if you have a floor price one that's very common. There's no difference in what you get inside the community, unless it's one of those where like, you have to have 3 to get one, blah, blah, blah. But you guys know what I mean. There's no difference. Just because you have the rarest one doesn't make you better than anyone else. So that's a very good, interesting way to think about it too.
Yeah, and we can definitely get into that more on a future episode. I will say, Brian, that there are a couple projects. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe Alyssa knows the answer to this. I thought Sappy Seals was one where like the more rare your seal was, the more you would get of the pixel token, maybe.
Yeah. Let me
so
say
there are some where they tier their rarities, and if you own a rarer one, you get more. So with that being said, it's each project kind of, up to them.
If you're in the project, you'll know if it is.
The majority, though, they're all the same as far as the utility. So,
yes.
All right. Well, with that being said, I think it's time that we get into our NFT bracket.
Let's do it.
We, of course, saw the Kansas Jayhawks win last night and ruin all the bets I had on North Carolina. But anyways, let's
ABC,
get
baby.
into
Carolina.
Oh, man. Listen to this guy. Let's get into our NFT bracket. Let me go ahead and I can share mine here because I have not voted. For anyone out there who does not know about this, this is something that we started back in March, where we pit 64 NFT projects against each other. It is 50 of the top collections by sales volume of all time and 14 projects that have appeared on past episodes of the roadmap for interviews. So here is the bracket. And again, I dropped that link in the chat. Please play along if you want. But we are down to a final 4. Let me go ahead and scroll up. So we have the semifinals. Voting is open April 4th to April 8th, guys. So you only have a couple days to vote. The final 4 matchups. We have number 14 seeded Starcatchers against number 3 seed Doodles. And we have number 10 seed Lazy Lions versus number 13 seed Crypto Dads. Now, there are no number 1 seeds left in the tournament. The 1 seeds that started the tournament were Bored Ape Yacht Club, CryptoPunks, Art Blocks, and Axi Infinity, which are the top 4 by all-time sales volume. None of them made it, and really outside of Doodles making it as a 4 seed, we don't have many low seeds left. These are some upsets, guys, that made it. Before we vote, I want to show the paths, right? So Starcatchers, I mean, they were up here. They beat Meebits in the first round, which was a huge upset, I thought, 51 to 49%. Then they beat Sneaky Vampire Syndicate 53 to 47. Then they beat the Doge Pound 53 to 47. Then they beat Bored Ape Yacht Club, who I thought really was going to run this, 57 to 43. Then we turned to Doodles. Doodles beat Toy Boogers 93% to 7 in the first round. Then they beat Sappy Seals 75 to 25. Then they beat V Friends 54 to 46. And then they beat CryptoPunk, another 1 seed, 57 to 43. Then I scroll down and we have Lazy Lions, who beat Invisible Friends 65 to 35. Clone X 69 to 31, MFers 62 to 38, and Robotos 62 to 38. And then Crypto Dads, which won against So Rare 74 to 26, World of Women 78 to 22, Creature World 82 to 18, and lastly Cool Cat 69 to 31. I'll start here. I want to ask you guys, Brian and Alyssa, who do you think had the toughest path to get to the final 4 and face the maybe the toughest competition? First, I kind of want to go with the fact that Starcatchers had to beat Bored Ape Yacht Club, but really, if I look, I feel like Lazy Lions had a difficult path. They faced off against Invisible Friends, which was a huge hyped project, Then they beat Clone X. Then they beat MFers, which is a newer project, which have done well in this tournament. Then they beat Robotos, which, they've been on the show before. They have a strong following, and they made it to the Final Four. How about you guys? Who had the toughest path to make it to the Final Four?
Ooh. That's so hard.
Alyssa?
I mean, I get it. I think Lazy Lions had a tough go at it, but their community kind of just holds them up. I mean, who can go against their community?
Yeah, Crypto Dads.
Yeah, and I mean, Crypto Dads beat World of Women and Cool Cats both. Those are two heavyweights.
I think Crypto Dads.
I'm
gonna. Yeah, I think Crypto Dads.
And Doodles, V Friends, and CryptoPunks. Starcatchers, I mean, they beat Bored Ape Yacht Club, but otherwise, I mean, the Doge Pound, Sneaky Vampire, and Meebits. I mean, really all four obviously faced a big challenge, but it's kind of hard to pick. But that's just kind of what I wanted to show here was the paths that some of these took. But all right, let's get into the votes here. So up first, we have Starcatchers against Doodles. I'll start it off here. Starcatchers had a good run. I'm gonna go with Doodles here. Brian and Alyssa, how about you guys?
Went Dudes.
Starcatchers.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Oh, it's making me sign in. Really?
The Doodles.
I was like, I swear I was signed in. All right, Doodles. 51-49, guys. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Guys only have a couple days left to vote, but this is a close one. Lazy Lions and Crypto Dads. Let's start with Brian here. What's your thought and who are you picking here?
Crypto Dads. My guys. My mans. And just so you guys know, Crypto Dads, I want to be a part. I want to be with you. Holler at me, please.
Holler at Brian.
You guys. You're my favorite project.
We got to get Brian a dad. Alyssa,
yes.
How about you?
Community versus community. I don't know. It's hard. But I'll go with the Lions. I will go with the Lions.
Yeah, this is a tough one. Two great communities. They've kind of dominated if you look at the percents. I do own a Crypto Dad, so I'm partial there. And because I'm partial and biased, I feel like I should actually vote for the other one because I think Crypto Dads are going to have an easier time to get to the finals based on some of these results. I love both communities, but I think I'm going to pick Lazy Lions.
See, Crypto Dads, I'm your fan. Me.
54% to 46. These are two close races. That is what I like to see, and that was the whole point of doing this bracket. So again, guys, check that link out in the chat right now and let us know who you're picking to make it to the finals. And we will, of course, be talking about that championship game next week. All right. Well, that was fun. And now I think it's time to get into what everyone is probably here to listen to and watch, our April projects to watch. Up first, this is a fun one, right? We have Bat Cowls, which is the Batman mask. Alyssa, if you can play that trailer for us here. That'll give us a good sense and idea here. So 200,000 Batman mask, April 26th. Look at these. So all different colors, all different designs, all the same shape dope. Though, the mask. I mean, there's a ton of options here. So let me break down some of the details here before we get into it. 200,000 Batman mask, April 26th, $300 each. Each one will have a different set of traits with upgrades available to holders through the site. The NFT collection will provide utility for holders, providing unprecedented access to the DC universe, a 2-year roadmap of utility. DC plans to integrate the Batcow collection into future stories from DC Comics. There is also a private DC Universe fan forum offered exclusively to holders of the Batcow NFT. and they will announce new utility every 52 days.
I want one.
This is huge, right?
I'm in.
You're in. $300. 200,000 available. Now, I think that's the big thing that jumps out, right? Is we talk a lot about 10,000 collections. This obviously is going to be much bigger than your typical project. But I think with that being said, Batman, there's a ton of fans out there, right? And we know that. And I just feel like this is one of those projects that's going to bring some new people into the NFT space. The only thing I worry about with that supply is, do you think the floor is going to fall below 300 as everyone kind of looks for maybe some of the more rare and colorful masks? Or can we see all of them, hit above that floor price after the sale? What do you make of that, Brian?
I think that the floor price is going to drop a little bit, personally.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, 200,000 is a lot. And the thing that excites me, though, is the utility. I feel like this is one of those where you can buy it or you can wait to buy off the floor and kind of sit on it because of the fact that they're going to announce utility every 52 days. That's what I call in the stock market industry a catalyst, right? When you have an event that's going to provide future value every 52 days, you're going to announce a new utility. So, I mean, you get access to essentially like a fan forum. What do you guys think, though, of these Batman masks being potentially used in DC Comics, like issues or episodes in the future?
I
think that's awesome.
It's
and
dope.
No matter what, I'm in. Just so you guys know, I don't. I will wait for the floor price to drop a little bit because this is not going to be one of those things that I want to make a profit off of. I want to be in be part of the universe, be part of this whole, everything they got going on, the ecosystem. Yeah. I probably won't sell mine. This is like, I have a few NFT pieces. I have one by Justin Rowland, the guy who did the creator of Rick and Morty. I have like 2 of his art pieces just because I like it and I like him and that kind of stuff. Like, they're not something I want to like ever sell. It's just something that I like and I enjoy, and it's part of who I want to be, how I want to be a part of it. $300 is a little much, so we'll wait for that and maybe a few flips and whatnot. I might jump in, but yeah, this is definitely one of the ones that I just want to be part of it, just to be, included in it.
Yeah, I mean, I just think, again, this shows that these big brands are really starting to take NFTs serious. DC Comics has already done a couple sort of NFT collections. Disney kind of has their toes in the water, right, with the Vive platform. But this is probably one of the biggest, like, major company launches, the fact that there's 200,000. So we'll be following this again. That drop happening in April.
That's really cool.
Let me find the date again. I think it was April
26th.
26th. Alyssa coming through. April 26th. All right. We got to keep rolling through these.
Oh, you can do it if you have an AMC account, like through you can also redeem one. And I do have an AMC account.
Yep, for the Batman movie. There was
oh, look at that.
All right. Up next, we have Candy Digital is launching MLB NFTs on April 12th, which is a week from today. Now, if you don't know, Candy Digital is an NFT company partially owned by, Fanatics owns part of it, Gary Vee, Mike Novogratz, Galaxy Digital. There's some big heavy hitters behind Candy Digital. They've done some college basketball and college football drops and collections, but they are launching next week. So it says every team, every lineup. MLB season starts this week. I previously owned some Topps NFTs for Major League Baseball. I, of course, have owned NBA Top Shot and NFL all day.
Every single episode.
NBA Top Shot, always.
Every
always
episode we have said NBA Top Shot.
We got Money Mitch in the chat. I had a feeling he was going to like these. He's a big fan. We bought some Topps NFTs and opened those on stream. I remember that, of course. Brian and Alyssa, sports NFTs have been huge. Brian just said it, right? That they lead people into the market. what do you think? Is this going to be a big deal? Is it only going to cater to sports fans, or is it going to kind of bridge that gap and appeal to both sports and NFT collectors?
Yeah, you're gonna have to like sports to get this, because I mean, why would you buy it if you didn't like sport?
I'm not gonna buy it, and
Yeah.
yeah.
I like sports, so I'm all about it.
Yeah, see,
I'm not really big in
that's me.
baseball though, so like I'm probably like, actually, I take that back. I probably won't really pay attention that much to it, because I'm a football guy.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. With that being said, in football, here's my point on this, and where we're really gonna see the demand, right? Brian, NFL All Day, when they launched, it was like almost the end of the season, right?
They messed that up, huh?
This is launching like opening week of baseball. Like,
That's gonna be big.
This is perfect timing, right?
Yeah.
All right, give us a zoom there. Is this the packs there? Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
like
so
even like so I'm coming to Detroit tomorrow. I will be in Detroit tomorrow, and so we'll have like a little cool episode tomorrow and Thursday from me from Benzinga headquarters. But that's opening day is Friday.
Friday,
So
yeah.
it's gonna be a big huge day, and I don't really have any baseball things around me. It's all football here in East Tennessee, so that'd be really interesting to see. And I think a lot more people are excited about baseball where I'm going than they are here.
They do say it's America's pastime, so
Hey.
we'll find out if these sell out. $50 for the packs, and again, I mean, you can get
That's a
one
good
of
price.
ones. $50. I might be a buyer here of a couple of these, just to try to get some rare ones, right?
Yeah.
So something to keep in mind, all our listeners and viewers. That's another one.
This is
All right,
where trading cards are going, though. If you think about it that way too, because like people are getting back into trading cards. As we got older. I was really big into it when I was a kid. Now it's like coming back, but we're seeing this in NFTs now. And it's the same thing. You just don't have to go to the store and buy it. You can just buy it online, and it's right there.
All right, let's get into our next project. I know we've got a lot of people here. If you're still excited about that upcoming giveaway, go ahead and howl in the chat. You know who you are, Star Wolves fans out there. Let's see those howls. Don't go anywhere. We'll be saving Star Wolves for last here. There's a howl.
We got a howl.
All right. Well, I posed the question in an article, what happened for top NFT projects combined traits. If you have watched past episodes, you have already heard about this project, but we have Kit Bash Boogers launching in April. It will be a collection of 1,111 one-of-one NFTs that combine traits from Toy Boogers, Cool Cats, Dead Fellas, and Robotos. 4 huge names in the NFT space.
Project.
And you heard me say that right. There is only 1,111. Each collection will have like 250 plus spots to distribute how they see fit, whether that's through giveaways, contests, however they want to do it. Look at these pictures. That hamster one is sweet. We already did this where we picked our favorites on a past episode, but let's talk for a minute about Kit Bash Boogers here. The launch is coming in April. What do you guys think? 1,111. I mean, that's tiny supply, right? We should see some huge demand, right?
This is the closest I'm going to get to owning any of these projects. I need it.
There you go. Yeah. And for those out there listening and watching, I heard a rumor that we will have Toy Boogers on for an episode soon. And you definitely want to stay tuned for that, because maybe you'll get some alpha about this project. Look at that right there with the tacos.
That's a good
one. There's so many. Like, this is one of those where it's going to be like so hard to pick a favorite when they all actually get unveiled. I think the skateboard ones look sweet, but that hamster one still, and that's my kid's favorite too. It's hard to bet against the kids here picking the hamster. So, and Mitch is picking the hamster. See, I mean, what else? Like, everybody's in on the hamster. All right, let's get to our last 2 projects here. We have Moonbirds launching on April 16th. There will be 10,000 moonbirds taking flight. This is a PFP collection from Proof Collective. If you don't know Proof Collective, it is from Kevin Rose. He is one of the biggest names, the Genesis Proof Collective. The floor price is over 50 Ethereum. They have some huge names in the space. It's very hard to buy one of those because not a lot of people list them for sale. This is kind of the next launch from Proof Collective. This is highly anticipated. It'll possibly be the biggest launch in the month of April. And look at those images. Those are killer. A collection built with utility. And let's talk about utility, guys. They said, so they know that this project has such high demand. They're not even doing an allow list or a whitelist. So this is going to be a straight public mint, I believe, with all 10,000, but I would guess it's going to be a gas war. They have tied utility with the time held. So the longer your owl nest, which is their term for staking, it will level up and provide better utility in return. If you choose to sell your owl, it goes back to 0, and the new owner has to put in the time with the owl to get that utility. Kevin Rose said in an interview that he felt the ape coin, should have been awarded based on how long people held their bored apes. Someone could have bought a bored ape the night before the mint and got the same reward as someone who minted bored apes on day 1. That is a very interesting statement. What do you guys make of that? The utility. The longer you own the owl, the more you're rewarded, which incentivizes people to stay in. But also, if you go to sell, it goes back to 0, and all that work is gone forever.
So there's a lot of things to unpack here. One thing is, unless it's written into the smart contract for this particular project, it's pretty much impossible to tell like when it was bought. Not when it was bought, for how long you had it in that sense for an airdrop. So what they've done here is pretty much written into the contract to timestamp it and kind of like collect it and do snapshots and stuff like that. So I really like the aspect they have here because it's new. It's intriguing, and it's something that I think a lot more projects might start doing because it's a good way to actually like have members and hold members and have people stay holders for a longer period of time. So this is genius.
Alyssa.
Yes, I agree. No, I want to ask like Franklin and Ben what they think about that, especially Franklin.
Yeah,
because like he's been holding since the beginning.
Yeah.
So I mean, I would want to be rewarded more for holding on since the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin Rose saying that like ApeCoin should have been more, to people who held longer. I feel like that's such a bold statement, and it's something to kind of think about. And the fact that he's taking that and utilizing it in his own project, I think speaks volumes.
So, TechStex 101 has kind of a good point though. If you hold and don't sell, then you're not going to have any movement in the price.
Yeah.
There's not going to be much price action. So there is a pro and con to this. There are multiple factors you got to take into consideration because like I will say it's genius, but he brings up a really good point too in saying, because if you have people that hold and never sell, you're not going to have that price action. The volume's not going to go up. You just have people buy, hold, and there's not much back and forth happening. So, this is just a really cool, interesting aspect to a project that, hasn't been implemented yet, that we'll see how it works out because we don't know, because there's not been a project to do this yet.
All right. And just to share, that is April 16th. And this will be a Dutch auction.
No, they're
Starting at
I'm out.
2.5 Ethereum and going down by 0.1 Ethereum every so often. I don't think it says the time, probably every 10 minutes or 15 minutes. Again, this is a very hyped project. There are a ton of Bored Ape and Punk holders that are already in Proof Collective that I think want a piece of this. So everyone do your own research, but this one definitely has to be on your radar for the month of April. And that brings us to our top 5 projects for April. That was 4 of them. We have 1 left. So if you're still with me, howl in that chat because it is time to talk about Star Wolves. I want to share some information about Star Wolves, and then after that, I want to play the game trailer. But first, let me say a couple things. I am a fan of this project, and I have been in the Discord for months. I know several of the founders of this project through a Discord that I am a member in. So full disclosure with that, everyone make sure you do your own research. But Star Wolves, I mean, their first tweet was on November 1st. This project has been building for months, and they took their time to make sure it is where it is today. Their Discord is a great community. I've spent a ton of time in there. A very helpful group. They also closed off their Discord when they could have left it open and gained, you know, probably 100,000 people. They wanted to have this select group and really engage with each other, right? They also have a playable game in the Discord where you earn XP and you could earn Genesis Wolves. That is huge. I don't know many Discords where you can play a game. A lot of them where like you try to level your way up. It's just by posting. You can just type random letters and random phrases and earn, you know, points to level up. This one, you actually have to play the game, which is a huge element. So they are building a game. That is the big focus here in the future. They also collabed with a couple projects that will be, you know, in this video that we'll show in a minute. But I really think that's going to provide some value in the future. So they launched 100 Genesis Wolves, which have a floor price of over 4. In the future, we're also getting a game, a token. We're getting merchandise. We're getting future collections. That's huge. I love their roadmap. This drop started on April 4th, a supply of 8,880 at a price of 0.0888 Ethereum. The Genesis minters got to mint up to 5 for 12 hours, followed by the Elders for 12 hours, minting 3. And we are currently in with the Hunters will be next. For 12 hours, they can mint 1. And then we have a public mint starting tonight at 12 o'clock midnight Eastern time. Over 27 have sold. Their floor price around 0.11. I am a current holder of Star Wolves, as are Brian and Alyssa, which is very exciting for me.
Yeah.
The three of us own the same project, guys. Like that is sweet. This is going to be so fun. I'm excited about this game. Before we play that trailer, what are some of you guys' thoughts on this project?
It's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
I love the play to earn, and I love what they have going on. I think Chris, you nailed it. Vinny's excited about it. Look at that. Woo!
I've never actually hopped
everyone.
into like play to earn.
Cut Alyssa off.
Oh, I know.
Oh yeah, I cut Alyssa off. Go ahead, Alyssa.
I know. I was gonna say I never actually got into like play to earn games like this. But now that I'm like I actually own one, I'm really excited. Huh?
No, I mean,
oh,
let me stress that again. Their first tweet was on November 1st. Like that was a long time ago. They have been building this project. Like a lot of projects launch like a month after, you know, their Twitter launches, their Discord launches, and they kind of build it, you know, as they go along, right? And you look at this roadmap, I mean, a game, merch, future collabs. All right, well, before we get into our giveaway, let's go ahead. Let's show off that trailer here of the game footage. Here it is, guys.
Full screen it.
Full screen it. Okay. We got it.
No, I mean like the whole. Oh, okay.
Oh, that.
We're just gonna talk over it.
We could.
Star Wolves the game. I mean, like, it just looks so well done. And again, like they spent time on this. Go back to the start of it. I think it showed right there.
Woo.
Let's see. Okay, so go a little bit. Yep.
Those are all ones I own.
So Kaiju Kings, Galactic Apes, I think Ether Orcs is attached too, where you can actually play this game with some other NFTs. That's pretty exciting. And I think that's going to bring, more people into this space and this collection. I mean, what do you guys think? Like, that game, it looks sweet. And they're going to have a token. You can earn Stardust playing this game. I mean, again, I'm betting on the team here. And again, I know some of these people, but this looks fun to me. And this is why I minted some.
Mm-hmm. Agree.
All right. Well, I know we have a lot of fans of Star Wolves in the chat, and I am happy to say that we are able to give away one Star Wolf to a lucky live viewer right now. You got to be a live viewer because it's going down right now. So I am going to ask a question.
See?
Vinny wants to win. Vinny, you got to get the question right. I am going to ask a question out loud, and then I want people to share their answer in the chat right now. And whoever gets the answer right first will be the winner. That winner, we will need you to contact us to get your wallet, and we will have a Star Wolf airdropped to you. So again, there's the Genesis 3.33. And then we have the generative project, which again, I think the floor was 0.11 last I looked. And again, I mean, 0.11 and it was going up last I saw. Yeah, 0.118, and they are getting bought up at that 0.11 to 0.12 level. All right, guys, is everyone ready for that question? We're running out of time.
Do it.
All right, guys. The question: if you know anything about Star Wolves, you should know the answer to this question. Who are going to save the wolves from Earth?
Vinny.
What is the answer? Who are going to save the wolves from Earth? Let me give everyone a second here to catch up. All right. Oh, we got it so fast.
Oh.
All right, Cutter with the answer. The answer is the others. The others are going to save the wolves from Earth.
Lost?
What?
Like the show Lost?
Oh my gosh, I didn't pick the wrong person, did I? Now I got to go back up. Nope. I'm seeing Cutter first. Alyssa, what
I'm seeing Cutter first. I'm going to double check.
Unless if it's lagging in
Cutter,
YouTube,
I see
but
Cutter.
I see Cutter. It's Cutter.
Cutter.
Yo.
Yep, so Cutter in the chat. Alyssa, how do we want to do this? We want him to email?
Yeah.
Wait, Cutter is now saying T-Dex got it first.
T-Dex.
No, it was Cutter.
Cutter, what is that?
Fine, T-Dex, you can have it. Damn.
Oh. Hold on. Look. This is what I got on my screen.
Okay, Cutter's saying to give it to T-Dex. So, Cutter, that's up to you.
Once we had two, we
all see Cutter first on our end, but again.
Well, I mean, if he says it, he's not gonna lie and say no, I don't want it.
Okay, and Cutter as a Genesis holder, it looks like.
Oh, so he's fine. T-Dex,
now we got people chatting. T-Dex,
you got it.
All right,
you gentlemen.
Oh my gosh, Cutter! Shout out to Cutter.
Okay, T-Dex.
Okay,
Cutter, you get 50% off merch store. How about that?
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
No, let's just get a hat. We can get. We got you a hat. Cutter, you get a hat.
Cutter, yeah. Shout out to you, boss move there. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Email, DM the Benzinga Twitter account. We'll get you some merch or something.
All right, Alyssa, how do you want T-Dex to get a hold of us?
Send an email. send an email to shows@benzinga.com. I think that would
T-Dex.
be.
Did you hear
And we're
that?
about to have a bunch of people just email, hey, I'm T-Dex.
T-Dex.
Or to Brian, or message Benzinga main account. It doesn't matter. I'll see you.
We'll
T-Dex,
figure it
let
out.
us know so we can get this wolf to you.
We'll get proof.
All right. Well, that was a
We
fun
can read it.
episode again. 5 projects to watch in April. And that's not it for Star Wolves. We're going to be having the team on for an interview in the future. Again, we'll be talking a lot about Star Wolves, and I'm excited to follow along with this project. I know Brian and Alyssa are too. And yeah, shout out to the chat. I mean, that's how much this. I mean, look at that community, guys. Like, someone won this and gave it away because they already own a Genesis, and like they care that much about the community here. Like, I think that's a sweet. Give away a Batman mask. Mantis, I'm working on it. I've been talking to the team, and I'm trying to get us some Batman masks to give away.
I want a Batman mask.
I mean, 200,000. I think they can give Benzinga like 3.
Yeah,
I mean,
we'll
I think
some.
maybe, right? So
don't you worry about that.
All right, everyone, smash that like, subscribe to the channel. Again, T-Dex, let us know so we can get that wolf sent to you. And a shout out to the Star Wolves team for letting us give away one today. So those founders were so gracious today to let us airdrop one. Don't go anywhere. We do have a show airing right now about Benzinga Pro. Sign up for your free trial. Find out how you can make money trading
that money,
the stock market, and then maybe, I don't know, you can use some of those gains to buy some Star Wolves. I mean, not financial advice, but maybe
that's the right thing to do.
That's what I would be buying, but I mean, to each their own. So all right, anything else, Alyssa and Brian, before we head on out of here?
Y'all from Detroit tomorrow. Be ready for it. It's good. We're gonna be in the studio. Also, I got my studio fixed up, so next week's gonna be legit.
Too legit to quit.
Go to pro.benzinga.com/register. Get a free trial. Watch the show. Make some money. Bada boom, bada bang.
All right.
Bing bong.
Alyssa, anything else?
Bing
I don't
bong.
want to cut you off like I did before.
No, just thank you for watching. And
right.
Keep watching, please.
Keep watching, keep howling. We see you, everyone. Yeah, shout out Star Wolves. Much more to come from that project. Take care. We'll see you 2 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow, but don't go anywhere. Benzinga Pro